Chief Dorsey, if there's anything that you could say to the public today, what would it be?
One of the things is we greatly appreciate the IFF's dedication to help us to be able to provide a better service to the communities that we all serve. The fire service, undoubtedly, when there's an unfunded mandate that falls down, we end up holding the bag on it. So hazmat is one of those operations that the fire service has embraced, but it's not really fully funded for. So we have a lot of issues with funding, and without the IFF's help, it would make it difficult to do our best to protect the citizens in the community. And any type of emergency we respond to, especially a hazardous materials incident, we're required by law to set up an incident management system, which we do on a regular basis for everything that the fire service responds to. But particularly with hazardous materials response, it's actually a law that's written with OSHA that says we're required to have that incident command in place during the incident. So then they oversee a couple of items. They oversee, again, what's going on. They're preventing people from entering that area until they're properly clothed, have the proper PPE on. We have a proper direction as far as what the chemical is, what the product is.
Hello. At your organization or company, do you have employees that are concerned about the current troubled economy?
Well, what makes Schneider Graphics different, in my opinion, is tightly affiliated with 3M itself. When you're doing stuff like this, the more experience you have, the better off you are.
I'd like to introduce you to our newest machine. It's called a patter. Our glue is tough enough. We can do it with a magnet. That's what it looked like on your fridge or your filing cabinets.
And torch cut up to 48-inch OD. These services, along with our vast inventory specializing in heavy walls, oddballs, and high X grades, is what should make Omega Steel your first call when calling out for steel pipe. If you'd like to find out more information or would like a quote, give us a call, 1-800-325-9000. We look forward to serving you.
James Sperry.
Gary Polk, aka Chops International.
3rd Battalion, 1st Marines, Indian Company.
3rd LAR, Delta Company.
I got injured a few times. I got hit by 2 IEDs, 2 car bombs, and then I got either shot twice in the chest and received shrapnel into my brain from a rocket-propelled grenade in Fallujah, or it was just shrapnel from the RPG and went in my chest and my brain. But both stories have, I've heard the same story from just the amount of people what actually happened. So it was during the Battle of Fallujah, basically.
So my 3rd tour in Iraq, I was out on a routine patrol. I'm a team leader. I had 7 other Marines with me and a corpsman, and I'm the 2nd to last Marine in the patrol. I turned left to check on my last guy, my saw gunner, and the light switch in the house went off, and come to find out I'm stepping on the IED, and the IED goes off and the lights go out for me. I wake up about 15-20 seconds later, rally all the troops, and cordon off the block, shut down the market, and we ended up detaining 2 insurgents.
When I got out of the service, I was medically retired out due to wounds, and was kind of just good luck on your way type thing. There wasn't any transformation for class or anything to prepare me for civilian life. So basically just tried to put the pieces together and struggled for 6 years of depression and PTSD and traumatic brain injury until I finally got myself back on my feet.
It wasn't as smooth as I thought it would be. I thought it would be a lot simpler. I thought I'd have more information, more support, bigger network. Struggled for at least the first 6 months, lost my apartment, my car, you know, kind of went downhill from there.
I had a traumatic brain injury, and so with that I'd have chronic migraines, light sensitivity, vomiting, dizziness, vertigo, and then I had post-traumatic stress disorder, which caused me to have insomnia. I'd be up for days. Then I'd have nightmares anytime I'd sleep, angry outbursts. I mean, you name it. Destroyed every relationship I had, basically.
Well, I was drinking more, not exercising. I was just dwelling on the past. Most of our casualties happened our last tour, so I had maybe a month to adjust to that, and then I was out on my own. So kind of everything caught up with me and kind of sent me on a downward spiral.
The Marine Corps DISC program came and checked on me 6 years after I got out and saw the condition I was in and offered to put me into a transitional program to help treat my PTSD and TBI. And I accepted help basically that day, and that's what changed my life.
Went to the PTSD clinic in Batavia, New York, did their 30-day program and their 2-week program and their 1-week program. Still was struggling a little bit, trying to find out who I was after the Marine Corps. I felt kind of abandoned a little bit.
I still suffer with my traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder, but I know how to manage it better. I've got the right medications to help me out, and I've got a mission and a motivation, and I'm moving forward and continue to serve my country in a different capacity.
Had to check myself in and kind of recuperate, and pretty much got knocked down 7 and I got back up 8. I had the good support.
Always rely on your brothers when you get out. Don't ever go away from your brothers and sisters, and basically keep that connection and keep that brotherhood after you get out.
Use your training in the Marine Corps in your civilian life. That pushing on, that endurance, that warrior mentality, it'll keep you going when you're at your lowest point. But always remember that there's others around you that have the same problems and the same issues that you can lean on to get help. And don't be afraid to reach out. Real Marines reach out.
There is hope, there is help. For any warrior, just ask another warrior.